we'll give this a shot and see what happens. Where's my camera? It's over here. Yes, hi. All right, so we are day 9 of Daily December, and I'm already almost 3 behind. So working on it. It's a lot of time management versus creativity management, trying to figure out how to make the two meet. With like have an idea, have time to do it, have time to do an idea, think of an idea. Either way. But I thought a nice quick video that I could do to help kind of stay somewhat regular on the releases is thought I'd go back and fill in the blanks for one of my earlier videos. The first one where I used the computer and it like went quiet, went silent for a good bit when I brought some web pages to talk about. And so I'll just kind of tell you what I was talking about. I was talking about basically the insanity of my schedule. No, the different things I do, the different jobs I have in any given week. Primarily, the 9 to 5-ish kind of job I have, because it's never really 9 to 5 regularly, is an AV technician in the world of corporate AV. Mainly meaning we work with hotels and things. So like if you come to a hotel, have meetings and stuff, we're the people that will provide projectors and screens, what else? Microphones, lighting, speakerphones, flip charts, just about anything you can think of. And that's what I do primarily for my primary job. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, when I'm not scheduled there, I'll help out at Duncanville Bookstore with their live sales. My sister works for the company, and I got involved with helping them on their Tuesday night and Thursday night sales. We're on Tuesdays at 7:30. Yeah, that sounds right. Yes, Tuesdays at 7:30. We do all the new comics and new things that have just come out. So all the new comics, toys, pops, everything. And we go through everything. It can take quite a while to kind of get through. We'll do alphabetical order to help keep things moving along. Then on Thursdays at 7 o'clock, we do kind of the back issue show, which is like classic issues, which are called, key issues, important issues, and things like that. And sometimes we'll have what we call slabs. Those are the ones that come in the hard plastic case that are graded. And then you have anything from not too long ago to back to Golden Age, and we cover the whole spectrum in any given evening. It's always interesting for me because I like to watch, or I like to look at all the cover art, as we go through it, and it's reminded how amazingly and such a beautiful visual medium that comic books can be, and how you have to be really creative to keep making X-Men covers over the years, or Superman or whoever, without really repeating yourself. Or you get smart, and then when you do repeat yourself, you just call it an homage to your previous work, which not really that simple, but anyway. That makes it sound like I'm really discounting the talent of a lot of people. No, it's just fun to catch up on things like that, where you can feel like, oh, this looks like his issue, whatever. Like, oh yeah, it's an homage to that. Oh, okay. Makes me feel smart and fancy. Then, when I'm not doing all of that on Sundays, I am an AV technician at my church. I've been doing that for 97. Carry the one. No, put the one back, because that makes it 22. Yeah, so like 22 years, which is a little over half my life for now. No. But anyway, and I've been doing that. Well, so I've been doing it for so long. I mean, I started off as just, all we had was just an audio guy, which I became out of. It occurred after I got out of college. I was joining with church early and all that. And like, well, you want to run sound? I was like, okay. Man, those early days. Gosh, I mean, it was just me basically doing sound, and then you had like maybe just a couple of microphones, only a couple wireless microphones, and you had some wired microphones, and then like the piano, and then the organ, which I had no control over. But that was really it. I mean, if you look at it now, which you can, the Windsor Park Baptist Church Facebook page, not the one in New Zealand, the one in DeSoto, Texas, you can see what we do now, and it's way different. There's like a full band, there's singers, there's all this crazy lighting we just put in within the last year or so. So my position has definitely evolved over the time that I've been there, where I'm kind of over all that now, like all the different things, now that we have screens and projectors of our own, and lights and all that just under one umbrella. I don't take much of a hands-on micromanage role on our video and lighting personnel. Someone else is kind of taking the lead on that, and I'm just going to let them go. So I don't have to worry about that, in addition to everything else I've got to worry with, just trying to make sure we've got a sound guy there on Sunday morning. So I do that. The most recent project there is we've evolved even further to streaming our services live on our Facebook page. And we've been doing that since about Father's Day. And it's definitely got its own set of challenges. Because you got to run your own audio feed, you got to figure out how you're going to do all that, all the logistics, all the things. So we have somebody that sits there and just mixes the audio just for that. Oh man, there's got to be an easier way to do that too, but we'll get there. There's a persistent noise in the background that I'm working on getting rid of, which I don't know if I can do anything for the live stream right now. It's power related, and we've done just about everything we can, and it's still doing its thing. So I think I can just take the recording that I make and put it into Premiere and pull it out that way through some sort of filter, I believe. I've read about it, just hadn't tried it yet. And I've done it in Audacity, but this is a little bit different. So I'll find a way. Just how labor intensive it's going to be, I just don't know yet. So we'll see. But yeah, and then that's pretty much my week. In addition to, of course, dialysis, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 4 hours a shot. And so it's a little over 12 hours once you factor in the time to get prepped, the time to kind of wrap things up and bandage up things before I go home. So it's over 12 hours a week. So it's easily a part-time job that I like to think it's the part-time job I pay for, that I pay to do. And yeah, that's a lot in any given week. And so what better thing to do than put Daily December on top of all that? Yeah, not my best idea. Not my worst idea, I don't think. I think I've had some pretty bad ones, but I've had a pretty good one or two. Anyway, yeah, so it's a pretty full week. And so I'm just trying to hang in there right now. This time next week I get to go on vacation. Well, vacation, meaning I get to burn all my PTO for the year and not have to go to work, which is nice. We're a use it or lose it company, which if you're not familiar, that means... be glad that you're not familiar if you're not familiar. It's basically the time off that you've earned, the paid time off, PTO, throughout the year, has to all be used up by the end of the year, because at that point, it rolls over back to zero, no matter how much you have. Now, there are some companies where you can just keep accruing, and it can get pretty crazy, I would imagine, because it just keeps going. In my gig, it doesn't do that. So I've got this time of year, about October is when they want you to kind of like give them your plan for the rest of the year, what you want to take off. And so the deadline was October 31st, Halloween. And I kind of had to sit down with a calculator and a calendar and figure out, because they give you the number of hours. I had to figure out how many days is that, how many 8-hour shifts is that, and then look at the calendar and be like, all right, counting back from the end of the year and then taking out anything that's already considered a holiday, and then adding in your vacation time plus your floating holidays, and then just kind of working my way back up the calendar that way. I ended up with just a ton of days. I mean, I took all of Thanksgiving week off, just the whole thing. Had Thursday off already, of course, for Thanksgiving. But then I just I had so much time left, I was like, I'll just take the whole week off. And so I did. But I find that when I have time off, like when I get to Saturday, it's the one day that didn't have anything on it. When I'm not working on Saturday, because sometimes I do, because that's just how the schedule works out sometimes, because you're kind of based on the need, whether it be the need of your property or the need of the company. If you don't have anything going on, then, Saturday help fill that in, which is fine. But anyway, when I have a Saturday free of everything, I always forget to plan something. Always. It's like it'll be Friday night, I'm in dialysis going, hey, tomorrow's Saturday. And it's like, oh, I didn't plan anything for tomorrow. So, last couple times, I've pretty much just slept in most of the morning, got up around lunch, went and did lunch to my mom. I went to lunch, and then just kind of little things after that, just some minor errands and stuff. Nothing too big and fancy, so it's kind of like the one day of rest, I guess. That all changes next week. I'll get a little more free time on my schedule, but I'm sure I'll fill it up with stuff, because with the holidays, you've got all the Christmas programs coming up. So like this Saturday and Sunday is the adult Christmas program at church. And then the Tuesday afterward is the primary school's program at church. And I think that's it. And I think I'm free from there. But I got to get there and get through there, I find, is the hard part. Yeah. And even as full as that is, I'm still going to miss out on some important stuff this year. With dialysis, it really changes up my schedule and my availability. Previously to dialysis, this was one of my favorite times of the year. It still is. But I'd get to, so I get all the stuff at church, right? You got the adult program, you got the children's program, there's the Christmas Eve service, that sort of stuff. And even though I'm the sound guy usually for these things, it's nice because it feels like I'm using my powers for good. Because sometimes in corporate AV you feel a little weird because you're like charging these people a lot of money, or sometimes you help a program where you're sitting there going, oh, I don't know if I like these people. Not the people, what they're doing, like a multi-level marketing kind of thing sometimes. And so you kind of feel kind of weird and awkward at that point. But anyway, but the Christmas programs, holiday programs, always kind of seem to balance that back out. You know, I'm always reminded that the things I do can be used for good and fun. And primary school children are so cute when they do their programs, because everybody loves preschool children because they're just full of excitement. And then even if they can't sing or what they're doing or do anything they're supposed to be doing, it's still highly entertaining. But with dialysis, I'm going to miss a couple of things. I'm going to miss the Christmas Eve service this year, unless I can somehow shift my session earlier in the day, maybe. I don't know. And so that's kind of hard, because they really are a family, because I've been there forever. I mean, sure, I've been sound guy for 22 years, but I've been there with this church family, whatever you want to term it. I've been with them since, I don't know, since I was like a small kid, like before kindergarten, I think, or even in kindergarten. I can't even tell you how long it's been. I mean, it's forever, really. And, you know, people come, people go, but it's these moments where we can set aside all the crazy things in life and enjoy them together, that I really, really enjoy about the season. And it's nice having off time to where I can kind of accommodate some of that, and maybe I'll get to go. We'll just see, because with dialysis, you just never know. You have to ask, of course, because you'll never know if you don't ask. But then it just depends on what they've got going otherwise. You know, maybe someone's missing it, which, you know, like, you hate for someone to be missing their session, but maybe someone is out of town and there's a free spot that they can move you into that hasn't been claimed yet by someone else. And it's just a lot of that, just trying to get in where you can, and then trying not to take an opportunity away from someone else. At least you don't want to. You don't want to be a mean person about it, right? You want to kind of let other people have time with their families too. I'm not an evil person. I'm not a Grinch, for crying out loud. But yeah, so that's filling in the blanks from the video that went completely silent because I made a slight faux pas when I put it all together. For anyone who's used OBS Studio, I forgot to add the microphone input to that scene. And so inside the program, there's scenes. So like each change of camera angle and stuff is a scene, and you have to add in your different elements. And I just forgot to include that element. And I was in such a hurry, I forgot to go back and listen to it. And so I was just trying to get it posted. And then luckily, Trainer Jody pointed out, hey, it goes quiet right here. And then my mom's like, so it went quiet? And I'm like, yes. And I had to reassure her that it was the video, it wasn't your phone, it wasn't anything you did, that kind of thing. Speaking of home, not that I was, but now that I am, I need to go home and take a nap. This is what it feels like. Tomorrow, really important day. Just important people involved. It's not fancy by any stretch, thankfully. So it should be pretty low-key to a degree, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll get a video or two done. I'm going to try to go quality over quantity. I really just don't want to ramble in front of the camera like this too much, but this was just kind of help filling in that whole perspective, because it was really important to kind of give you the whole idea of what the whole process of my week is like. I thought something interesting to look into. I do have an idea, hopefully. Next time I get everything set back up at the church, which will be like a Saturday, maybe a Sunday. Or do that? No, don't do that. Is that blinding? It kind of is. There we go. Oh, this looks ridiculous to me, but maybe not to you. Anyway, maybe Saturdays or Sundays, or maybe even Fridays, depending on how things are going. I want to walk you through some pictures and stuff I've taken over the years. I'm a or at least just this year, if nothing else. Maybe more, depending on how it goes. I mean, if you're interested in that, let me know. But yeah, I enjoy photography, have forever, and so I've accumulated a lot of pictures in my time, and I really like to share and show them off, like taking zoo trips and other trips, and there's some fireworks pictures, and there's this like balloon festival that I went to that had the fireworks. Anyway, so something to look forward to outside of the Rambly videos. I'm trying to be Rambly next time. I don't know what my schedule will do tomorrow because I'm off site at another place, and what is it? Tuesday. Oh, okay. And then there's the live show later that night. So we'll see how that goes. But hopefully I get a little more routine as we go along and I'll get this nailed down. Anyway, it's 15 minutes and a half after. I gotta go. You gotta go. We all gotta go. Hopefully peacefully. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.